There you go.
All right. So, hey, everybody, I'm glad that, you're all here. Those of you who could make it. In this webinar, we're just going to spend a few minutes because I know there's some people here that already have a CDPE advanced website. So we're going to spend a few minutes just going over a few of the updates that we've made. If you don't have a CDPE advanced website, that's okay. Everything that I'm going to be showing you in this webinar about lead capture pages, you could take those basics and apply them, to anywhere really. So if you have a website with Wix, no problem. With that said, we're going to be using our CDPE advanced website, for demos, obviously. We make it super easy, and we will have an offer at the end as well. So just real briefly, you could kind of read more about the, the latest update, here. We kind of put the, the important stuff down here. We added a more robust lead capture system, and that's kind of what we're going to be going over, today in more detail. We also updated the FAQ page. So, we started out with a couple, and now we added, a whole lot more. And that's one of the things that we do with these websites is we're constantly adding, content for you. Another thing that we did is by default, the websites, show a cell phone or primary number. And we had a lot of users asking if they could easily add an office number there, for compliance reasons. And we made the ability to easily add an office number. So you can just go to agent settings and you'll see this new office phone number field. And if you go ahead and put a number in there and hit save, it'll automatically add that to your footer here. So if you're one of those, users that has requested that for compliance reasons, you're good to go now, and you can easily add an office number. All right. So that's just a brief overview of some of the, the newest updates. Let's kind of dive into why we're really all here for lead capture pages. So, what is a lead capture page? I'm sure you've maybe heard that term before. Maybe you've heard it referred to as a landing page or a squeeze page. But in its simplest form, a lead capture page, it's a web page that's specifically designed to collect the contact information of visitors, usually in exchange for something of value. Because most people, they're not going to just give their information for no reason. There's got to be something of value in it for them. And, that's really it, actually. On its simplest form level is it's just a simple page. And the goal is to offer something of value. Maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's, it's a subscription to a newsletter, some sort of exclusive content in return for them to, give their contact information. So, what makes a good lead capture page? So the first thing, of course, is giving a value offer worthy of them giving their information. And, we're going to go into, that a little bit more, of course, right after this. A good lead capture page also has a clear focus. And that's what sets it apart from other pages. Is a lead capture page, it's made specifically for the offer that you're giving, no more, no less. So it has a clear goal. Give your info and get this item. And I'm actually going to pull this up here as well, because we're going to be going over this in a moment. So another thing that makes a good lead capture page is adding some visuals. So this would be images and or video ideally. And then of course, good follow-up. So you got the lead, what are you going to do with it? And you'll see here as well is if you have a CDPE advanced website, we added the ebook for the webinar in the back end right here. So you can flip through it and reference it, whenever you want. And we're going to be updating this, regularly. So, you can always view this knowing that you're viewing the latest version. And for those of you that don't have the website, we'll be sharing a Google Drive link where you can download this, towards the end. All right. So let me. All right. So I want to show you an example of a lead capture page that we made, or two of them, just so you can get an idea of, what one should look like. And then hopefully you could see that. It should be the home buying process. All right. Sometimes Zoom is funny, but so here's a lead capture page we made. This is obviously not specific to CDPE. This is, for buyer seller website, but the premise is the same. We have, video. We give a preview of what's in the guide so they could kind of see what to expect. And then there's a video, showing, again, why they should download this. And then, of course, at the end, there's a little mock-up, cover of the ebook and a lead capture form where they can download it. And it's the same thing with the seller process. We have a video. A preview. And then, of course, the lead capture where they can enter their information for this guide. Now, these pages have worked very well because this page, it sells the team. They have all this information. People see this and they think, oh, they must know what they're doing. And we've gotten hundreds and hundreds of leads from these lead capture pages, these two. So that's just kind of an example of one. So what I'm going to do now is going to kind of reset here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how we can create one. So the first thing is if you have a CDPE advanced website, we went ahead and we actually added like a starter lead capture page for you. So you don't have to do anything and you already have this page, okay? This is just kind of a starter to, get you started. And we also added the resource library page. And we're going to go over all this as well. So you don't need to create these. These are already done for you if you have a CDPE advanced website. And if we take a look here at this, ebook page, we have a clear goal, claim your free, foreclosure scams ebook. What's in it, gives you a little preview, and then a call to action, view the rest of them. And then if they fill out this form, we're just going to put in We'll just go ahead and put in some test info. What that's going to do is it's going to automatically, you're going to get a lead, you're going to get an email with that information. And the visitor is going to automatically be taken to the resource library page. And this is where they can actually download and view the book. So in this case, here's that. And I'm going to show you how to build your own resource library, how to edit this one. And then we're going to show you how to edit the lead capture page. And we're going to build one from scratch as well. And there's going to be a bunch of, tips and tricks along the way. So starting off with editing this page. So the Claim Your Free Avoid Foreclosure Scam ebook. So when you go ahead and click it, so if you like this as it is, you can go ahead and leave it, right? But this is, you can edit this page, but this is more for an example of what you can create, okay? And I'll show you how to create one from scratch with a few ideas. But if you wanted to edit anything on this page, you can just select anything and, you can edit anything that you want. So any verbiage, you can, change anything you really want on this page. All right. So what we're going to do, so I think it's important to kind of start from scratch to kind of show you, is we're going to create a lead capture page from scratch. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go over to Pages, and you're going to want to go ahead and go to Add New. And one thing I want to do as well is I'm going to pull this up just so you can kind of show you how we can reference this. All right. So you'll see that we have, we have some lead capture page ideas for you. What I'm going to do is let's make one. Let's make this one. So the offer for this page, for this example, is let's say it's a 15-minute consultation call. All right. Now, you certainly don't have to do that. You can offer anything you want. It can be an ebook, it could be resource library, but just for this example, we're going to do a 15-minute consultation call. So what that is they're going to give their information and they can book a 15-minute consultation call with you. Now, we do something similar as well. We use Calendly, and that's a booking service. And what we do is, this is one of our lead captures, is they get taken to a calendar where they can book a time, a 15-minute time. And you can time block, you can choose the days that you're available and the times and all that. All right. And again, I understand this isn't for everybody. This is just one of, hundreds of ideas. Okay. And this is just what we're going to use for this example. So the title, we want it to be, and again, make sure you reference this when you're doing this. Okay. It tells you, clear and compelling headline. So not only are we recording this webinar, but you can reference this guide here to help you, okay? So let's give it like an action phrase. Let's say, save your home now. Let's say, book your free, And of course, you can tweak this to your liking. This is just one example of many, all right? So that's our title. That's kind of the offer. Now, what you can do from here is the next thing you're going to want to add is some visual, right? So a graphic, an image, a video. So if you're one of those people that is comfortable making a video, that is what we would suggest you do, is you could record a video. You can, introduce yourself, give a quick little preview maybe of how you can help, save home and avoid foreclosure, and let them know that you would love to, book a unique 15-minute consultation call, fill out the information below, and there you go. And I'm just going to show you how you can easily add a video to this page, just again, as an example. So I'm just going to pull up a video here real quick. All right, so I have this, again, this is just an example. I'm just going to use this random video of Tony here to illustrate my point of how to embed. So all you have to do is you would record your video, you would upload it to your YouTube channel, okay? And you would copy the video link. And then you can just easily add it to the page. All right. So that's how easy it is to add, video to your lead capture pages. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this for this demo. For this demo, we're just going to use an image, okay? Because I feel like images a little bit more obtainable for everybody here. Not everybody wants to do video, but it's an option, and we do recommend it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out, very simple. Lead capture pages, they range from absolute basic all the way to you can spend hours creating, right? So, and we're not going to, make you sit through, hours of building one, right? So what we're going to do is you'll see this little plus sign here. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And in the search box, I'm going to search for columns, okay? And I'm going to use the advanced column block. I'm just going to go ahead and click that. And you'll see there's a couple different options. I'm going to go ahead and choose the 2-column option. Okay. And what this does is this just puts content, 2 pieces of content side by side. You can see here. So in the left-hand block, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add an image. Now, this is where you would ideally create your own image. We have, resource library that we're, creating for you. And then another great thing, just to backtrack here a little bit, is if you're a CDPE advanced member, you'll see on your dashboard, you have access to dozens and dozens of offers you could give away. And also graphics, and they have Canva templates. So you could actually generate ebooks and ebook covers from the CDPE marketing that you have access to. Now, we're not going to dive into this because that's its own whole system, and that's its own dedicated webinar. But you have access to all of these, and you can use what's here to help you create lead capture pages. So what I'm actually going to do, though, real quick, is we're going to give you a brief little example here of a few mock-ups that we made to give you some ideas. Right, so this would be an image for like the buyer's guide, right? And it's just a little mock-up, and we would put it here. This is real estate checklist bundle lead capture that we did, and you can see what we did is we just visualized what's inside the bundle, right? And you would add this image to your lead capture page, showing them this is what you get if you give your information. Now, you could easily create a CDPE resource bundle just like this using your CDPE marketing resources. And I can actually pull up here and I'll show you the template. I can even we can even send out this template for you all to use, after the webinar. But I'll give you a quick little preview of that. Let's see. Well, we'll pull it up after the webinar, but we can share the Canva template file to that, okay, after the webinar. But what it'll look like is, I'm sure some of you have already used Canva, but just to give you an idea here, is we'll be able to send out, a Canva template file like this, where you can easily make your own graphic, okay, using, the CDPE marketing resources. And we're also going to be creating some for you to use as well. But, they're going to be, if you want to add your own unique, touch to it. All right. So what I'm going to do here is let's go and I'm going to go ahead and give you kind of a real-time example. On Canva, all right? So back to our lead capture page. Save your home now, book your free 15-minute consultation. So we could go ahead and create a very quick graphic on Canva. I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'm just going to very quickly give you an idea. So let's choose websites. Let's go ahead and choose, let's actually see if they have, let's see what they have under lead generation. Now, like I said, and if there's enough interest, we can have a webinar dedicated to just Canva and using Canva for your, CDPE or real estate, business. But as you can see here, they actually have a lot of templates that you can use for your lead capture page, right? So free guide, get your freebie today. So what we're going to do is let's add phone to that. So there are way too many options here. I'm just going to pick a random one so we can kind of move on here. Sorry, you could get lost in here. I'll admit it. Let's just go ahead and click this one, just so we can move on. All right. So ideally, you'd probably choose something with a phone. But again, I don't want to, take up too much time just on this one part for, an example. So what we're going to do is remember this lead capture page we're making is not for a guide for our example, this is for a consultation call. So why don't what we do is we put free, and we'll just change this to free 15-minute consultation call. All right. And what we could do here is make that a little bit larger. All right. And the only other thing we're going to do here is we're just going to swap out this image because that doesn't really work for us. We're just going to swap that out with, let's see here. I think the easiest way to do this would actually be to just use something that they have already. Right, so you could do something just like that. Again, if I were actually doing this for a real lead capture page, you'd want to spend a little bit more time, make it a little bit more on brand, if you will. But this is just a quick little idea, all right? So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to download this from Canva. And this is actually a good training exercise as well, is if you're a pro member of Canva, you can automatically also compress the file, which is good before you upload something to your website, if you're a pro with Canva. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we just downloaded our little graphic from Canva. Before I upload it, this is just an extra little tip, okay? Is because the image that you download from Canva is going to be quite large in size. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to tiny PNG. And this is not required. It's just a good insider, kind of designer tip. Is you could see that to start with, it was kind of large at 1 megabyte. And uploading it to tiny PNG, it compressed it. And the reason you want to do this is because any image that you add to your website has to be downloaded to the visitor's device. And if they're viewing it on mobile and their web, their speed is not that fast, it could take a long time to load. So, all right. Now I'm going to go to upload. Okay, and I'm going to go to downloads. And I'm just going to add my optimized Canva image that I just created on the left-hand column. Now, what you could do is, I'm going to give you a few options here. You could just kind of be done with it right here. And on the right-hand side, we're going to add the little plus sign again. And what you're going to do, and this is very special to CDPE advanced users, is if you search for leads, right? I'm going to do that again. So if you click the little plus sign and search for leads and click this little lead option, we automatically, all your sites have this. We added a lead capture form, so you don't even have to create the lead capture form. All you have to do is click lead capture, and it'll automatically add the lead capture form for you wherever you want on the page. All right. And I'm just going to add one more little element right here. I'm going to search for the heading. And in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and put fill out the form below to be sent a booking link. And I'm going to move this up above the form so you can see if I go ahead and click my little text here, there's a little arrow right here to move up. I'm going to do that, and that'll put it above the form. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish in the upper right corner. And then I'm going to view the page in a new tab. And let's just kind of see what we have. Oh, so what I want to do actually is that's my minor mistake. I just want to hide that. Perfect. Okay. So there is our lead capture page, our very quick lead capture page. So what you could do is, you see this link up here. You could share this link. You could send it, to people. You can put it in your email signature. You could do whatever you want with it. You can do Facebook ads. You can share it, right? Promote it. And it'll take people to this page. And they're going to see this. Hopefully, they're going to see it's valuable enough. They're going to give their info. And then what I would do in this case is I would personally send them your link. So if you fill this out, okay, so you could add your Calendly link on this resource library page. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment, okay? But another thing that you could do is you're going to get that email, right? So you just got an email to your email address with that leads, that information, right? Their name and email address. What I would do is I would respond to that email and, because it adds the personal touch, right? If you can do it, it's next level. And, say something along the lines of, thank you so much for your interest. I would love to be able to, see how I can help save your home. Please book your 15-minute consultation call here. And then that's where you would just share your Calendly, booking link, okay? And then they would go there, they would book their time, and hopefully at that point you have them, right? All right. So what I'm going to do here. All right. And I feel like actually it's probably maybe a good time to take a quick break and see if there's any questions on kind of what we just covered. We're going to have a Q&A section kind of at the end, but anything on what we specifically just kind of talked about.
I think, Jordan, there was a couple questions in the chat. One of them was from Patrick just regarding the form. And does it automatically validate their email as an example before it takes them to get the form, or can they put in a fake email address? I think is where the question was going.
So email validation is not really a thing. And what I mean by that is, obviously there is anti-spam and, protection and all of that on, these websites and these forms, but there's no way of really knowing if it's, a lot of people have multiple email addresses, right? And there's no way of really knowing if they're not just giving a phony email address, because technically the email address is valid. It just might not be their main email address. And, that just comes with the territory of online lead gen. Is, some leads, they might be fake, but, there's a lot that aren't. And really the idea, the goal would be to get them on a phone. And that's also why if they email you, and that's why we actually gave the example of the consultation call, because we do this for our own business, guys. And this works. This is what we do. I showed you an example of that. Let's see here. I'll pull it back up. But this is us. We have a Calendly account. This is literally what we do. We're not just, preaching without actually practicing it, right? I know this isn't for everybody, but I could tell you getting them on the phone works.
Well, I think just being able to afford them to have an option, right? Most people go to a website just to start from credibility, right? Is this a credible, right, authority figure, or is this a credible information? And to be able to give them the choice to maybe take that next step, give their information and get the free report as an example, or select another button to get on their Calendly.
Yeah, and that actually goes to the second part answer to that question is, why do we direct them to the resource library right away? We live in a day and age where people want stuff instantly. We live where you could go to Amazon and get something delivered literally within hours, right? And we find it's best not to hold, so if they're signing up for an ebook, we find it best not to hold that hostage, so to speak. Now you could set up an email that automatically sends it, but then, you're fighting, the issues that come with that. We've done a lot of testing with these things, and the best response we've had on lead capture pages are the ones that just immediately send them to what they signed up for, right? They don't have to click anything. It's as simple as give us your info, and then, oh, by the way, here it is. Here's what you gave us your info for. And what we're going to do, because we have a little bit, more time, is I'm going to show you another lead capture example. And we also have some resources for you as well. So this is just one example here. Let me go back. And this actually, continuing from that, is a lot of times you're going to have multiple offers, right? Over time, you're going to have more than one lead capture, and you should have more than one lead capture, right? Cast multiple fishing lines, multiple hooks out there. Everybody might want a different thing. Some people, they might not want to talk to you. The consultation call, it definitely works, but not for everybody, right? There's some people that don't like to talk. They don't like to talk on the phone. So having multiple lead capture pages and multiple offers it's a great way. Just cast a wide net. All right. So I'm going to show you how to, real quick, give you an example of making a lead capture page just to access the resource library. So all of your offers, essentially. So I'm going to go to add new. And I'm going to, let's say the title is going to be, let's go ahead and call this, let's say, well, you can work on this, but just for, training purposes, I'm not going to spend, too long on that. All right. So what we're going to do here is I actually have a graphic already for this, and I'll go ahead and share this with Google Drive. So if you have a CDPE advanced website, we're actually going to be adding this to the resource library for you, your own resource library. And if you don't have it, I'll just share it with Google Drive, for those of you that don't have it. I'm just going to go to upload. And I'm going to go here. We have a couple options. Just going to load this one up. Okay. So this is just our resource portal, one of our images here. We also have this one. And, another one. So I added the image. And again, it would be great if you, want to record a video to add. Let's see. From here, what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and show you a few other elements you can add. So I'm going to go ahead and click Browse All. So testimonials. So adding testimonials or success stories, actually, and this kind of goes back to what Brendan said, is showing credibility, right? So you might not have, you might be just getting started to this. You might not have, a testimonial yet, but you will soon enough. And, the first person that you help save their home, just ask them, can I get a quick video testimonial from you? You just helped save their home. You just helped them out of a very stressful time. I can't think of one instance we've had one person say, no, I'm not going to record a video testimonial for you. So if you could get a video testimonial, you can upload that to YouTube and you can add it to this page. Something with the tagline of, join the others that I helped save their home, right? And I showed you how to add video here earlier. So, you could easily do that. Let me go back here. You can see there's a lot of design options here. So you can add, I'm just going to quick little sidetrack to show you a few options. You can add a call to action. You see how easy that was? I'm going to do that again. It was so quick, you might have missed it. I'm going to go to Browse All. And I'm literally just going to drag and drop the call to action where I want it. And there it is. I'm going to go back and, show you some more here. But we're not going to go through all these, of course, but just kind of showing you, all the little options you have, images, things like that. And And another one actually that is very popular that works really well is the media and text element right here. And how that kind of works is, we'll just use this for our example. It puts an image to one side, and then you could put, your content. We'll just do for ebook like that. Doesn't really matter. And then, on the right-hand side, you could change the size, right? So it's all very easy. It's essentially like Microsoft Word, right? You just select the text that you want to adjust, and then you could change the size just like that. You could change the color, right? If you wanted it to be more like a CDPE blue, you could change the color. So all of that is easy to do. So back on track a little bit here. What I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and use the call to action for this, okay? Or actually remove that. Let's get back to building our little resource portal page, all right? Actually, let's clear this out too. And what I want to add is I'm just going to add the list, just a simple list for now. I'm just going to list out a preview of what's in the resource portal, all right? And you can, you would change this to whatever you're offering. Let's say ebooks. Again, this is just a demo, okay? And I'm just going to change the size of that a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a heading. I'm going to move that above, clicking the little move up arrow. And we're just going to change that to and more. Okay. And what you could do is you could kind of do the same thing. You can add an image. Let's see. Also, what I'm going to show you. Sorry, guys, there's so much to show you here. I could honestly talk about this for hours. There's so much here. And it's not that it's complex. You could see it's extremely easy. It's just there's no limit to the options you have, right? So what I could actually do is go to layouts up here in the upper left. And there's some pre-built sections that you could do that you could use. So for example, let's see. Let's just click this one. Right, so it's going to add that for you. And what we're going to do is, let's say we're going to just change the text to what we want it to say. Okay. Gain instant access to my, special resource portal filled with ways to help you, and we'll fix that through. We'll fix that typo. Okay. And I'm not saying that's the best sentence, just a quick little demo. And then we could just change these, let's say, to the 4 things that we added, actually. So let's just change this to ebooks. Let's change this to exclusive content. and more. And then you could even expand on that, like what ebooks. You could put what ebooks they are. But again, for the sake of this training, we'll just have those 4 listed out, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and just remove my first little list. You could change a background color. So if we go ahead and click this section here, you'll see that we can change the background color. You could choose any color you want. I'm just going to choose this color. Or maybe that color. All right. And then I'm going to change this little button here. I'm actually just going to get rid of that button, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the form right below this. Okay. So let me just delete the button. Yeah, I think that'll work. Oh, there we go. Remove the buttons. And then just below that, remember, we're going to just search for leads. And we're going to select the lead capture form. And I'm just going to add the form right below that, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. And let's see here. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh, actually, okay. Let me actually remove this real quick. I just noticed that here. Okay. And then if we pull it up, this is the page that we just created. Right. And, what I'm actually going to do is let's add this. Let's actually add this below. Yeah. Let's actually add that there and then just remove that image there. All right. And what I also want to do is if you click the column, we can. Okay. Let me view that page. Oh. It opened up over here on the other window. Okay. Right. So there is, that little quick lead capture page. And, of course, you can modify, spruce it up how you want, add video and all that. But, and it's going to work the same as, let's just do this. And then what they're going to do is they're going to get instant access and taken right to the resource library. All right. So let's go here. Okay. So I think we covered that. You guys, get the general idea. What I want to do is I also wanted to show you this, your free ebook here. All right, so make sure you reference this because this will help you out I also want to point out that one of the important things is mobile responsiveness. If you have a CDPE website, that's taken care of for you. It's mobile responsive, okay? Fast loading, that goes, I kind of mentioned that about optimizing the image. Your CDPE advanced website is built with performance in mind. It's very fast loading. So some of these things we handle for you. You don't have to worry about if you have a CDPE website. So, you know, FAQ section, you actually already have that on your websites. Resource library, you have that too. So some of these things you already have for yourself if you have a CDPE advanced website. What I want to do now is I just briefly want to show you how to edit your resource library. So you go to Pages, Resource Library. So this is that resource library that you get, that the visitor gets taken to when they, you know, fill in their information. And by default, it has this, you know, ebook. And again, everybody with the CDPE website, you already have this. You have this ebook. You know, this is ready to go for you. But what if you want to add more? It's as easy as all the other edits I showed you. So if you want to add to your resource library, you simply, you're set up with 3 columns here. So you can kind of see 1, 2, 3. So let's say, for example, let's see what we have here. Oh, here we go. We'll just use this, for example. The free consultation call one, okay? Is you can add that here. What I want to do actually is I want to show you an even easier way to do that. Okay. So you're probably gonna, you know, when you open the page, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna view this. If you look up here, you see these 3 little lines. And if you hover over it, it'll say list view. All right. And these are the 3 columns you can see. And you can click the little arrow to expand them. So what you could do is you see in the first column, there's a group, and that's what, you know, all this is. What you could do is you could simply click the 3 little dots and click duplicate. And then you could just drag that to the second column. And then there you go. You kind of, you know, have it, you know, you have your template ready to go. So then from there, you can just click the image in the second column and click replace. And then we'll use this as an example. And then we're just going to change the text. We're going to change the text and the link. So for the text, we're going to do book your call now. And what you would do is you would put your Calendly link, right? So you would put your Calendly link in here, okay? So when they click that button, it takes them to your Calendly booking link. And then I'm just gonna do that. Hit update. And there we go. Now, the images are different sizes. That's why it's, you know, obviously like that. But, you know, you could start building your resource library, you know, so think about what you want to offer, and you can just add as much as you want here. And again, as a reminder, you know, after the webinar, make sure you access your CDPE. So if it's your very first time accessing this, you just want to click get started and create a login. If you've already been here before, you know, just go ahead, click login now. But this is where all the marketing and ebooks and everything is. So you can use what's in here for your resource library and your lead capture pages. And I'm actually going to Now, again, I just need to make sure this is only for CDP advanced users. So I know there's a lot of people on this webinar that are not a CDP advanced user. You don't get access to this. We're sharing a lot with you on this webinar, but this is something that is, it's exclusive to our advanced users. And, more info on that in a minute here. So that covers, and you could also view, these are all the leads. These are all my test leads. So I just want to show you this as well, is if you go to leads on the left-hand side, you're never going to miss a lead, right? It gets saved in your website. So, these are all my little test ones I've been playing around with. This is, the training website. And, you can view all your leads. Okay. You can also send these leads. If you have a CRM, you can send these leads pretty much anywhere you want, because if you go to agent settings, you'll see that you have a Zapier API key. Okay. And what that means is you can connect our CDPE advanced website to any app on Zapier. So, top producer, right? Follow-up boss, any, let's see. Keller Williams Command, right? So using this, you can connect your CDPE website to feed the leads into any app on Zapier if you have a CRM. Now, what we're going to do at this point is open it up to actually, some of the questions are about the CDPE advanced website. So let's do that, and then we'll open up the yeah, let me go over that, and then we'll do the Q&A, okay? So okay. So CDPE advanced website. This is a breakdown of what's included. So you get all of this included. You get the website, you get all the marketing, in the dashboard here. And we're always growing and adding more. So keep in mind, everybody, that this lead capture system, everything that I just showed you, this ebook, the lead capture form, we literally just pushed that out for this webinar. So that's just been there a day. So this is, you get all of this customization and all of this power, and that's literally early stages. Okay. So we're going to be working on, future updates, adding more options for lead capture pages, resources, graphics for you to use. And that's the thing I want to point out is this is always growing. All right. The CDP advanced. So you're going to get all of this, all of these and more. And if you're interested in that, you could go to cdpeadvanced.com. And I'll go ahead and put the link in here as well. And right now we're having, the 50% off sale, and they are limited. So there are only, so it's a $147 one-time setup fee. And it's $147 setup fee. And Sherry, it takes up to 14 days to be built, and you had an issue with your domain name, so you will get it this week. Okay, let's see here. keep in mind, guys, you need to fill out the intake form. When you order this website, you'll be sent an intake form. You need to fill it out. It's very brief and very quick, but if there's any mistakes or we're missing something, that will delay things, okay? And I should also point out that you get access to the marketing materials right away. So when you purchase this, it'll take up to 14 days to build the website, but you'll be able to access the marketing materials right away, okay? So you will be able to log in and play around with that. Anyway. Let's see. Sherry, we'll follow up with you after the webinar. Okay, it's a special link. So yeah, it gets emailed out. So we'll resend that email. So again, back on track here. There's only 9 left at this price. It is with a 6-month commitment. And honestly, if you're not committed, because you're not gonna, there's no magic bullet, guys. You're not gonna, buy the website and you're not gonna get 100 leads, overnight, right? And it's going to require a commitment, and that's why a 6-month commitment, to show that you're serious. We have training lined up for 6 months. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be constantly making it better. Anyway. We have 9 left at this price. And after that, it's going up, to $297 a month, or no, $297 for the one-time setup fee. And let's see here. I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
So Jordan, if you don't mind, I'll chime in real quick. For those of you wondering, the monthly marketing campaigns include so many amazing things to help point people to your website. That's part of this, part of everything that Jordan has gone through with you, and the ability to build a landing page. As an example, you could build a landing page for each monthly topic specific for that report and everything. Just, you can point everybody that direction. So the beauty of the whole campaign is through email templates, through video templates, through social media. All of the tools we provide you are geared to drive people to you and to your website. And so, you just got a little taste of just what the website has the potential to do, which is amazing. And we're trying to help simplify by providing you some plug and play things that will get them.
Yeah, so let me show, Hal is asking address. So if you have your home address on there, which you don't want to do, you can log in and go to agent settings, and you can change your address right here under agent settings. Also, was Priya, somebody, oh yeah. So not to, not to put you on blast here, but we've been asking for your information since January, and you just filled it out to us on 4/15. So it's only been like 4 days, and it takes up to 14 days once we have your information. So, you'll be having yours probably this week. And that's a reminder to you guys. We really don't have delays on our end, okay? If you fill out the information, you'll have your website within 14 days, guaranteed. All right. So let me also real quickly show you. You can change these elements as well. So also, because there's some questions coming in here. So if you have a question, you can open up a ticket here, okay? So in your dashboard, just go ahead and, click create, having a problem, and you can just go ahead and, open a support ticket. And then also, if you have a question and, you don't have your website yet, or you can't log in, we have our knowledge base, and you get access to this as well, included in, the whole thing. You can open up a ticket here as well, okay? And so going back here, I think yes. So I just want to show you, you can change the design of some of these things, okay? So for example, you see on this one, we have a background video displaying. So there's a couple different background video options, and changing it is as easy as clicking a button, and then it changes. If you don't want the background video, you can disable that and choose an image. Just like that. You have some other customization options as well, and we're going to be adding more. And then in a future update, we're going to make it so you can easily add your own image as well. But at this point, what I want to do is, before we wrap up, open it up to any questions or answer, any questions that you all have throughout this entire thing. I think we answered some of them, but any kind of last call questions? Let's see here. Janet, if you're interested, wait, oh, here we go. There. So if anyone's interested in signing up, you can do so on that link. And then David, you actually reminded me of a great point, because we are going to be adding the past recordings to the back end of the websites, okay? So you see here how there's like a little menu item that says free ebook. In a near future update, we're going to add another menu item that says past webinars or something of that nature. And you'll be able to access all of the past recorded webinars. And then I believe Tony or Jeanette, for this one in particular, they'll be emailing it out to everybody that signed up for the Zoom. Oh, and then also let me, before we go, let me share the ebook with everybody real quick for this webinar. So again, if you have a website, you'll find the latest version, back here. And then for those of you that don't have a website, I'm going to put the link in the Zoom chat right now. All right, so let me just make sure that link works. Yep, it works. Okay. So you can access that ebook right there if you want. And then Catherine as well, you're mentioning SEO. So these lead capture pages, and there's only so much we can cover in, one webinar. A lot of information like a fire hose coming at you. But you'll actually see that there is SEO options for the pages. So you can, set, all of that. And that will be covered on Jeff's webinar next month in May. It'll be a webinar dedicated to SEO. And Johnny, we'll reach out. I think your credit card expired or something because the payment, didn't go through. So we'll reach out and help you with that. Anyway, I think that's all the questions. So, thank you everybody for coming, and hopefully we see you on the next webinar.